Nan with the A-Press has just done a great job of penetrating a big percentage of her customer base. So that's why we want her to speak to you.
I was fortunate enough when they first came out and they were unveiled at the show in New York to be there, and it was really kind of awesome to see all the excitement around the very first offering of them. And I know we've all seen them evolve. One of my first accounts that I had early success with, love Avanti. They're very receptive to anything new that I bring them and show them. And so I sat with her and showed her the line, and she bought the whole thing, 35 pockets for every store. So that was an early success. Their clientele is very eclectic. So, and everybody has a good half an hour while they're waiting for their card. They have every line of cards in there. So I have a nice Avanti display in there, 12 feet of Avanti, and then this A-Press. And so they did very well there, and they're still selling well there. So that was some early success. I did have customers say, you know, I just don't think my customers will pay that. You know, we all heard that. We all went back and said, you know, a lot of my customers can't pay that. You know what? You spoke, and Avanti listened. You thought they were too expensive. They've revamped the line. We've made it affordable. That got us into a lot more accounts. And, you know, they love the fact that here we are, we're nationwide, we're in lots of other countries, but we're listening to what the customers had to say. Come to town, and she's like, oh, let's go check out where your A-presses are. And I said, oh, let's go over to AJ's, because that was the first one. Walked in, I didn't know what to expect. And we rounded the corner, he had it right in the front of a frozen food aisle. That's where we placed it, because our other cards are down that aisle. It's just an off-the-wall spot. Rounded the corner, and I was like going to be like so proud. Oh, Nancy, take a look. And I was like, my mouth dropped to the floor. And it was like nobody was paying attention to the display. It was more than half empty. And I started thinking in my mind, oh my God, have I neglected it? How much time has passed? And I quick looked, and I was like, oh my God, 28 days. And it was almost barren. And I'm like, so we went from like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, to a little joy dance. Look at what we're doing here. So we like got out our order pad and we reordered all in dozens with backstock. One of them, especially that sticks in my mind, I had placed in a Hallmark store. Now she was real limited to where she could, because you know they were really under a microscope where they could put cards that were not Hallmark cards. So I really ended up in not such a great spot, and really didn't do well. So at the end of 90 days, she said, I wish it would have done. She was really good about trying it, but she had a sister store. We moved it over to the sister store, gave her a new 90 days, and she just took what was left. Voila, it's still there. It was a bigger store, a better location, a more established store, and it had a post office in it. So it had more traffic, and this one gave me an awesome start. And the way we're selling it, we kind of have a little, it's not a script, but it's like a little, it's the truth. We're going in and we're telling them we're so excited now. This is our new line. It's actually Avanti, you know, makes it. It is a perfect solution for your customer who doesn't want the animal or the bright in-your-face funny card. This is a little bit more subdued. It's still fabulous quality, still very bright colors. But for the person who's looking for something a little different, you don't have to look for a whole new card line.